Communication is a great skill. It is not a luxury. It is an essential skill for all people at all stages of life. Even in the moment of death, you need proper communication. Suppose you want to convey your wish, you are not able to speak. Your communication should be so clear that your objective should be achieved. So, communication cannot be ignored at all. The child communicates hunger through its first cry, and the communication is not just through your face, tongue, or mouth. So you are communicating through your body language, through your eye contact, through your tone, through your courage. Communication displays the courage behind the person. Whether you have a conviction or not, how far you have prepared yourself, all these are communicated through your presence. So, communication has a very broad perspective. It is a very comprehensive term. We cannot restrict to the words chosen by a person or just a conversation of 1 or 2 minutes. So, communication needs a complete dissection. That means, what are all the 60 factors which contribute to an effective communication? And the opposite is ineffective communication. Example, you take your excitement. Excitement is a required element. When it is excessive, it becomes awkward. When it is missing, you become harsh. So every factor has to be injected properly in your communication. If you speak for 2 minutes, in those 2 minutes conversation, all these factors have been injected whether you are aware or not. A proper analysis will show what is the level of preparation, what is the level of confidence, what is the impact that he expects, and what and how he can influence others. All these are shown by communication. Now let us see how to identify the errors or the flaws in communication and how to rectify them. Let us take simple examples. You want to get something from a person, you want to sell biscuits, let us say. A salesman wants to sell biscuits. Identify 5 points which you want to communicate to the customer, and for each point he has an objection. His mind says something else. So that mind reading is playing a vital part in communication. I communicate this way and that person is going to respond this way, and even that response is also not definite. You are only making a guesswork. He may respond like this. Even there also you should have a proper answer. Suppose he responds this way, how I will respond? That is also next part of the communication. Mind reading exercise, then you will be in a better advantageous position. I want to say like this, he may object with this. Again I tell this, he has a different response. Like that you have to make a proper calculation. Then you come to a conclusion that these 2 responses are right. The other 3 responses may boomerang, may not bring me the desired result. Then out of those 2 also, which is to be told first, which is to be told second, that has to be decided. So if you want to communicate 1 minute message, you may have to prepare 5 minutes advance. Your mental editing work should take 5 minutes. Understand properly what I am going to say, what will happen, what will be the impact, and how I am going to finally convince my point and nail this into his mind. So it is a big process. Imagine in a court, when two advocates fight and they want to establish their points, it is a very tough process. Every advocate should know what will be the opponent's thinking and what is his response, and all these have to be properly programmed and presented to the court to get the desired result. That is the reason for so much delay. So communication plays a very, very vital role. First, list out the points you want to convey. Decide how will be the other person's response, how he will read it. Make it favorable according to your expectation. Then commence the talk. Then go to the second step. Again repeat the process. You have communicated. He has some objections. What will be your answers? Again, for that answer also, you should know how he will respond. Then accordingly, reprogram, and get the desired result. So communication has so many aspects. You need to be very clear about what you want to say. Even my friend used to say, don't worry about the language. The language you use may not be the primary factor, because the grammar and other factors have only secondary role. What you communicate, suppose you want to give somebody 1 lakh rupees, but your grammar is wrong, is the other person going to reject you? If you are giving 1 lakh, that becomes a major plus point. So in communication, the desire to create the effect, the desire to create comfort for the other person, the desire to clearly say what you want to give or offer, that will have a deep impact on your communication. So list, read, and then commence. Communication needs to be analyzed by yourself first, and also you go back to the past. If you analyze why you could not convince somebody, why you did not succeed, you will come to know that somewhere your homework was wrong. You are not prepared enough. And the other thing is, you need to be courageous. Courage is a factor. It comes by proper programming of the mind. How to develop courage in communication? First, when you prepare and convince yourself that this is perfect. That is why they say, one who has convinced himself alone can convince others. If you are not convinced, if you are confused, if you are slow, if you have errors in your communication, then the result will not be favorable. And one more thing you have to remember, when you give your facts, it should be a verifiable fact. You should provide more details. You should program your communication in such a way that the other person need not analyze. He should be instantly convinced and say, yes, what you ask has been given. Suppose we analyze an ad coming in the television. The ad runs for 30 seconds. You don't have time to say anything back to him. He communicates, take this. He expects that majority of the people should feel, yes, this is correct, I will take it. It has to be so carefully programmed. And when the result is not there, that means you have not communicated properly, or somebody else has communicated even better than you. So, as far as possible, make your communication short and sweet. Even many people ask me, why should I do all these elaborate exercises? Only if you make these exercises and prepare yourself and train yourself, you will be able to grab big opportunities at the right time. Normally, big opportunities are given only within a short span of time. You want to ask a favor with a big shot. He will not give you 10 hours to discuss. He will say, tell me in 2 minutes, what do you want? You should be able to communicate within 2 minutes and take him along with you. So that is the acid test. You have to assume that other people have only 30 seconds or 2 minutes to get your idea. Only when they permit you, you can elaborate. So the time management also comes here. You should practice, 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 and proper communication has a big financial impact, relationship impact, social impact, etc. So don't ignore communication and don't think that only few people are gifted and I am not. Every person can develop this, and history has shown that training, particularly the self training, is playing the vital role in your life. Thank you.